All right, so you'll notice I don't have any sleeves. I cut them off this shirt. I actually go to a trainer a couple times a week. And over the last 2 years, I have lost about 20 pounds. And I'm going to be 70 in about a month. And because of eating properly, exercising, my clarity as far as remembering things on the banjo has increased. And I'm playing about as fast as I've ever played in my life. So there's a tip for you. Now, the question is, how do you sound like Earl Scruggs? And the answer usually is you don't, okay? But if you want to kind of lean in that direction, a couple things that I discovered when I was writing a lesson for shucking the corn, and I'll show you this for a second. So I was doing something like... Actually, he wouldn't have done that last lick. So the main thing that I discovered when I was playing that, at first I was going... and it didn't sound right. So then I started listening, and this took 4 or 5 hours, and I noticed when you do the choke, he just milked it. And there was just a lot of extra sound in there. And he was also careful where he placed that right hand. So when you see Scruggs playing, he looks real sad most of the time. And it's because he's in an utter state of concentration. He's listening to every bit. Okay, so I'll play this again. Okay, now, once again, I don't know exactly what he's doing up here. I do know the notes. These are very similar to what he plays because in 1963, when I took lessons from Robbie Robinson, he played Scruggs pretty much exactly the way Scruggs played it. So, here we go. So, doing... So what's happening here is when he's playing this choke, his total being and focus is on that measure. Most people, including myself, are thinking about what's happening 2 or 3 measures down the piece, okay? So I'm playing this, but I'm thinking this, okay? So that's one thing I think about Scruggs is he plays and gets the most out of every note, and he's mentally present for every note. So let's try that again. Okay, and the other thing is if you listen to this through headphones, it'll sound much different and you'll hear all the different tones. So we go again. Okay, hear that roll? If you sit down with the metronome, start and play that real slow. Okay? And then gradually increase and do this for 6 or 7 hours on this one lick, or any roll, but it has to be the same lick over and over. All of a sudden, your banjo will come alive. You'll feel energy coming out of it, and you'll start sounding like either Ron Block or you'll hear some of that Scruggs in your playing, okay? So let's play the break again. Okay, Scruggs wouldn't have quite played it exactly that way, but, oh, incidentally, you can go to Banjo Compass, and I think I have 6 variations of Shucking the Corn, if you want to learn it. Similar to that. So, let's play that one more time. got that backward slide. Okay, now Scruggs is playing a Granada. This happens to be a TB-75, which happens to have an original 75 neck. Now, if anybody tells you they have an original 75 neck, run, because they're probably lying to you. But this really is, okay? And so I'm getting the sound of a RB-75. And one reason to listen through headphones is you can start. If you're playing like Scruggs, or if Scruggs is playing any banjo, it's going to sound like Scruggs, okay? But you just get a little more of it with one of these. All right, so that is part one of some of the things that Earl Scruggs does, I think, okay?